Right now at 6, a missing man is found safe after disappearing under alarming circumstances. And on Alaska's Omni Center is keeping kids entertained over the holiday break with their open skate.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, I'm Allison Fergit. Ken and Emily have the night off. A Menominee police officer has passed away. Menominee's police chief confirmed today that Officer Sam Miller died suddenly and unexpectedly while off duty. Officer Miller, who joined the Menominee Police Department in January 2024, previously worked with law enforcement agencies in Pepin and Dunn counties. No details about the circumstances of Officer Miller's death have been shared. The department is requesting support from neighboring agencies to assist over the coming days. A missing man has been found safe after disappearing a few days ago. Corey Simonson was declared missing after making concerning statements to family and taking his mother's car. It was believed he was heading toward Minnesota at the time. According to a notification from police, he has been found safe. Simonson allegedly smashed his car into a Viroqua smoke shop and entered the building early Sunday morning. He was arrested for burglary and damage to property.
It's certainly going to be a great evening to just stay inside because we have rain that's to be occurring and fog out there right now too. So if you don't have the rain going on, if you look outside those cameras there, you have the fog potential. You can see over by La Crescent and especially further into Minnesota near I-90 and Ridgeway, almost down to about zero visibility. So we have more rain going on, which kind of helped the visibility come up, but it's still 3 to 4 miles depending on location. Overall, most of the area is seeing light rain or moderate rainfall at times. As you go some of these breaks, that's when you get the visibility drops to about less than a half a mile. And you can see overall, we're seeing about visibility is about 2 to 4 miles for most areas within the rain. Outside of that, there are some areas that get a little bit more dense. So fog will be an issue overnight, but I think the bigger story will be just wet. There's your 3-hour rain amounts. We're starting to pick up a little bit. We're up to a 1/10. So far, La Crosse, BC, notice to the south, they're already up to a 1/4 there towards Iowa. So these mountains will continue to climb as the low begins to push up towards our area. It's wrapping around as it pushes up our area. So we're just going to see that huge rain area begin to lift towards it. And really, over the next 3 hours, it's just light to moderate rainfall that'll continue to persist, at least through 9 to 10. This will continue overnight. It will stay fairly mild, but there's some areas up to the north towards Rusk County that might see a little bit of snow mix in. Otherwise, you're going to wake up with rain kind of ending. So later on, we'll kind of time out when we might see some sunshine for this weekend, what our temps look like going forward, and what conditions look like going towards the new year. We'll explain all that a bit later.
All right, thanks, Greg. A well-known establishment in La Crosse is closing its doors in February. According to a Facebook post, the Eagle's Nest, located near UWL's campus, is closing February 1st after more than 7 years under the current ownership. The Facebook post does not cite a reason for the closure. A prior post in July indicated that they were looking for a new owner. During holiday break, it can be hard to keep kids entertained, but On Alaska's Omni Center has you covered. Today, the center hosted its No School Open Skate. Families could skate the afternoon away for $5 per person. Admission also included the skate rental. Today's open skate was so popular, the center had to expand it.
We had to open up the second rink today because we have that many. Like, our pro shop is wiped with skates. Like, everybody is either going up or down 2 sizes just to find a skate that they can get on.
Today's open skate ran from 1 to 3 this afternoon, but no worries if you didn't make it. There will be another open skate next Tuesday, the 31st. That will be from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. and at noon, there will be a celebration for the new year. There will also be open skate options every Sunday starting on January 5th. That will go until the end of February. It's the most wonderful time of the year for retailers. Despite a shortened time between Thanksgiving and Christmas this year, retail sales grew this holiday season. Lee Waldman breaks down where consumers were spending their money and what this could mean for the economy as a whole.
This year, retailers were racing the clock to motivate shoppers to buy early and in bulk because there were 5 fewer days than last year between Thanksgiving and Christmas. They landed on Santa's nice list.
I gotta just say, hats off to the American consumer. You know, we think that that there's going to be a stop to the spending, but that there never is.
Total U.S. spending grew by 3.8% this year compared to last, according to preliminary data from MasterCard Spending Pulse. It's no surprise that shoppers took advantage of online deals they found, clicking their way to 6.7% of year-over-year e-commerce growth, the same data showed.
To me, what these numbers say is that consumers are feeling okay about their jobs. They're feeling good about where the economy is going to be in 2025.
But it might not all be good news. Global economic analyst Rana Foroohar believes the kind of consumer spending could be a warning sign for things to come.
We are overdue by historical standards for a recession, and the kind of behavior you're seeing now is often the kind of behavior you see when you're at the top of a market cycle.
While big holiday spending numbers were a great sign for retailers, Foroohar has some advice for consumers as we head into 2025.
I'd be looking at paying down debt, getting lower interest rates, locking them in on anything that I can, because I think in the next few years, you're looking at higher rates.
In New York, I'm Lee Waldman reporting.
There's new advice for millions looking to lose weight in the new year. The Journal of the American Medical Association looked at more than 100 clinical trials and found at least 2.5 hours of moderate to higher intensity aerobic exercise per week may help lead to a meaningful decrease in weight, waist size, and body fat.
Any kind of exercise can get you there. The question is how strenuous and for how long. So what this analysis found is that if you exercise for, let's say, 20 minutes a day, 7 days a week, or 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, you will achieve significant weight loss.
Dr. Gounder says you can estimate what your maximum heart rate is. It's 220 minus your age, but you can also find online calculators to help with that. Coming up, a Louisiana bird flu case may have mutated in the hospital, potentially making it more contagious to humans. The CDC warns this development could change how the virus spreads. And the mystery deepens in the deadly crash of a passenger airliner in Kazakhstan that killed 38 people. While Russian officials point to a bird strike, a U.S. official says that might not be the full story.
Are record high energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today.
It's Home Furniture's grand finale sale. For 1 week only, get incredible offers like a king-size mattress or bedroom suite for the price of a queen. Buy one, get ones on select recliners, rugs, stools, and more. Or upgrade a 5-piece dining set to a 7-piece set with 2 free side chairs. Take an extra 15% off in-store clearance items, plus 70% off remaining Christmas decor. And no interest if paid in full by January 2027. Hurry, Home Furniture's grand finale sale ends Tuesday.
Andy Pitts here at Chrysler Winona, and we're clearing the lot for construction on our new dealership during the Wrap Up the Year sales event. A new Ram 1500 Crew Cab Bighorn with heated seats, remote start, and Apple CarPlay, just $429 per month with $19.99 down. Or buy up to $12,500 off MSRP. Need more power? A new Ram HD Crew Cab, up to $13,000 off MSRP. So come see us at our new location, Highway 61, Winona.
Looking for a bank that puts you first? Union State Bank is a community-owned bank looking to provide quality products and services to help make your banking easier. We take pride in getting to know our customers and understanding their needs. We are committed to helping you, your family, or your business with all your financial needs. We're here for you and we welcome you to bank with us. Union State Bank, where customers and community come first. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The bird flu virus in a patient in Louisiana likely mutated while they were in the hospital. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says the mutations mean the H5N1 virus could potentially become more transmissible to humans, but there's still no evidence this strain has been passed to anyone else. The CDC says the patient was infected from sick and dead birds in a backyard flock. Samples taken while in the hospital identified mutations that were not found in the wild birds. The CDC says this is a reminder that viruses viruses can change during the course of a human infection. The mystery is deepening over the crash of a passenger airliner in Kazakhstan, killing 38 people on board. Russian officials blamed the crash on a bird strike, but a U.S. official tells CBS News that may not be the real story. Chris Livesay is following the developments.
New footage shows holes in the Azerbaijan Airlines fuselage. Aviation experts now casting doubt on previous theories.
Well, it certainly does not look like a flock of birds. Birds don't fly at the type of an altitude that the initial damage occurred on this airplane.
Instead, the damage bears the hallmarks of shrapnel.
But the most likely hypothesis we see is that it was struck by an air defense missile, almost certainly Russian.
Azerbaijan Airlines Flight 8243 left Baku for Grozny, Russia. Due to dense fog, the passenger jet was diverted towards the Caspian Sea before eventually crashing in Kazakhstan some 250 miles east. Along the way, its GPS was reportedly jammed, leading to significant deviations. Some survivors say they heard an explosion over an area known for clashes in Russia's war on Ukraine.
Ukrainian drones were active at the time, and this is commensurate with everything we've seen in the pilot's communication with air traffic control.
Haunting clues that recall Malaysia Airlines Flight 17, when Russian-backed forces shot down that passenger jet over eastern Ukraine in 2014, killing all 298 people on board. This survivor in Kazakhstan looking for answers. When the plane crashed, my wife was sitting next to me, he said. I haven't seen my wife since. Chris Livesay, CBS News.
We have more news ahead, but first...
Definitely have rain going on this weekend, but the temperatures are going to remain mild in the 40s to even further throughout the weekend. We'll kind of break down when the rain ends, when our actually temperatures will get back to where we should be, when we might see more snow on the forecast. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
G&T Heating and Air Conditioning is giving thanks this holiday season with a new Goodman furnace. Go to news8000.com/contests and enter to win some Seasons heatings. Bring in the new year with a new furnace from G&T.
It's that time of year again to get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days, where you'll find great offers on a rugged new Passport, Pilot with available all-wheel drive, and the powerful Ridgeline. So don't wait. Turn your holiday dreams into reality with a new Honda named KBB.com's best value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
It's the New Year's sale at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. We're wrapping up our biggest year ever with more and more people making Drury's their destination for quality furniture at affordable prices. You'll save on the finest selection of quality furniture in southern Minnesota, like Stressless, Daniels Amish, Flex Steel, and Lazy Boy. Only at Drury's will you find all these brands. Plus, there's even 24-month special financing with a qualifying purchase. It's the New Year's sale on now at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
For over 40 years, La Crosse Glass and Overhead Door has been the go-to company for anything glass and door. We offer a large stock inventory of CEHI garage doors to help you find the perfect fit. As a locally owned business, we take pride in our work and always get the job done. From commercial glass and glazing to residential glass and CEHI garage doors, we have the experience and expertise to help you. Call or visit our website today.
G&T Heating and Air Conditioning is giving thanks this holiday season with a new Goodman furnace. Go to news8000.com/contests and enter to win some Seasons heatings. Bring in the new year with a new furnace from G&T.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
Some intense weather hit parts of the West Coast this week. Cleanup is underway in the Portland area following a storm that hit earlier today, bringing high winds and rainfall. The National Weather Service issued high wind alerts, warning of potential downed trees and power outages. In Washington state, icy conditions led to multiple shutdowns on Interstate 90 due to accidents. In the south, severe storms prompted tornado watches for parts of Louisiana and Texas, affecting holiday travel. The FAA ordered ground stops at 2 Texas airports, resulting in around 700 flight cancellations. And while we aren't seeing conditions like that, there has been some wet weather here in the Coulee region. But lucky for us, Greg, it sounds like that's not going to last long.
No, we definitely got not lasting too long, but really for the next probably 12, 15 hours, it's going to be fog and rain depending on where. So traveling wise, could be some issues there traveling given the dense fog. Otherwise, it's just going to be a rainy and fog night. We'll see some of the rain kind of taper off later tonight, but definitely going to see some impressive totals from the system too. North of I-94 towards tomorrow morning, you might see a little mix, and we're talking like Eau Claire up to maybe Rusk County. That could see a little bit of mix. Not expecting accumulation. Temperatures should still be above freezing, and it looks dry Saturday afternoon and Sunday, although we're probably going to 10 with clouds, and we could even see some more fog on Sunday too, given all the moisture that we have out. So the good news is we'll have the wet weather through about Saturday morning, and then it's going to be dry for the rest of the weekend. But here overall, really everyone's starting to see that light rain at times, occasionally moderate. You see some of the darker greens, even some yellows starting to poke up. That means that we're getting a little bit more moderate rainfall. Otherwise, visibility is generally in the rain has been 1 to 4 miles. Outside the rain, when it lightens up a little bit, we are getting a little bit more dense fog setting up with zero visibility up to maybe a quarter of a mile. So this is really what we're going to deal with overnight hours too throughout probably early nap. And really Future Track shows that you see yellow popping up. I think the best shot to see some of that moderate rainfall probably will be until about 10 to 11 p.m. for most areas, but overall it's just wet. You see the circulation kind of wrapping around the low. When a low moves up, generally the precept's going to wrap around counterclockwise like this, and this low is going to actually track right through center of Wisconsin overnight. So you can see this wrapping up. A little bit of dry air works in there, so there could be a few breaks after midnight. But all in all, we're going to see wet weather continue. And here's that little pocket of maybe some mixed precipitation as it begins to cool back a little bit towards the morning hour. You can see that kind of hung just north of Eau Claire, potentially getting up into Rusk County and then stretching further south. As the low begins to push north, the back edge of this precipitation eventually does reach La Crosse by about 4 to 5, and maybe a little bit later in the morning as we get to about 6 to 7, I think the back edge will finally reach Eau Claire and everything will push up north. But notice you do have a little bit of snow continuing, but the temperatures at this point are still mid-30s up there, so accumulation wouldn't be expected. Meanwhile, to the south, just cloudy conditions for Saturday morning, temperatures still in the 30s. And as we go throughout, we're going to see a few breaks potentially in the afternoon hours, so there could be an opportunity for some sun. I don't think it'll last too long. We'll have cloud cover lingering again. We could see a lot of low clouds developing Saturday night into Sunday morning. Could be fog or low clouds given all the moisture that we have in place. Rain amounts are going to be quite impressive for this event too. Could see some record rainfalls as we go throughout 3/4, potentially an inch all the way through Saturday morning. You can see some of these darker areas here are pushing 1 inch totals. Potentially everyone's going to see at least a good ½ inch, but some areas could pick up over an inch. Now, later on Saturday morning, really it's just Saturday to the north. They may see a little bit of a 1/10 of an inch, but most of the rainfall, accumulated rainfall, will probably end by about 6 for most areas, given that the amounts will be there. Now, snow, as I mentioned, just a little bit of an area up there towards Rusk County might pick up maybe a ½ inch in some of the grassy areas, but road-wise should be fine given the temperatures will be fairly warm still above freezing at this point, but they could see some snow. Temperatures, if you get a little sun, we might actually get up to the mid to upper 40s tomorrow, so overall very mild conditions. Sunday, a lot of clouds, a little cooler, but still above average. You should be in the mid to upper 20s. Most areas will be mid to upper 30s, maybe some 40s. And don't forget fog potential that we do have. And the rest of the weekend going into next week, we're still going to be dry. Looks like we're not going to see any precipitation. Potentially a little come Monday, Tuesday as the system kind of scoots to our south. But otherwise, the bigger story next week is our temperatures are going to return where they should be, which is the mid-20s by the first day of the new year, and even colder as we go to the next weekend. And if you want snow, well, pay attention to the next weekend. There is the potential that we might see some accumulating snow by then. So, but in the meantime, this is going to be wet and foggy.
Good to keep in mind. So thanks,
Yep.
Greg. And coming up next in sports, let the matches begin. The La Crosse Center plays host to another edition of the Bi-State Classic with some of the best grapplers in the state going at it. Jacob has the highlights coming up.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
From messes to spills, with next-gen Nuvella Performance fabric, you can relax. It's life-resistant. And right now, you can save on new high-performance styles. And don't forget to shop our year-end clear-out with select items up to 50% off. Only at Ashley.
Hey, babe, what's a 5-letter word that starts with PH and ends with NE? Clue is get 4 of these for free with 4 lines for $90 a month at US Cellular.
James, have you tried the 4 free foam flakes? I love these free foam flakes.
Hey, Dad, 4 free phones.
Each serving has 4 free phones.
4 free phones?
Thanks.
Oh.
They're right behind me, aren't they?
Choose 4 free phones and 4 lines for $90 a month. No trade-in needed. US Cellular.
Are record high energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today.
Freezing rain, sleet, and snow. Roads may have dangerous driving conditions. Stay safe with these tips. Stay home when you don't have to go out on the road. Make sure your car has enough gas. Keep an emergency kit in your trunk. Keep distance and drive at a safe speed. Give full attention to the road. Stay free of distractions. Keep your lights on even during the daytime. If everyone does their part, we'll all make it home safely.
Ashley's Stellar Sleep Celebration is going on now. Snooze now and pay later with 0% interest for 60 months in-store only. And receive a $300 gift with purchase. Hurry to your local Ashley store or ashley.com for better sleep and savings today.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
It is one of the biggest wrestling tournaments in Wisconsin. If you can win by state, you can win the state title. Wrestlers from all across Wisconsin and Minnesota gathering for that 42nd annual Bi-State Classic. All right, a lot to get to, so hang with me here. First up at 126, it's Brock Needham of the host school Holman gaining control. And then later in the match, Needham would gather enough points for a Tech Fall win. Also at 126, Aquinas' Tyler Paulson with a quick move to get position and some points. And he would win by Tech Fall as well. Tyler's teammate Roger Flegge figures to be towards the top in his weight class this weekend. He's finished 5th the last 2 years. He stays undefeated on the year, winning by pin. Blue Gold's looking strong once again. Another wrestler who has not lost this year is Sparta's Devin Lightzow, and he made it look easy in his second match of the day, getting the fall in 2 minutes and 25 seconds. Prairie du Chien boasts a talented roster again at 144. Mason Hurd is going to slam his opponent to the mat for points. He would do what it takes to walk out with an 8-2 decision in his favor. At 150, Cameron Finch of Toma was firing on all cylinders today. He's going to roll over his opponent, and eventually he would get the pin in just over a minute of work. Finch is also unbeaten on the year for the Timberwolves. GET Melman in attendance. Here, Landon Windsor showing off the good footwork and speed, and he would eventually get it done by major decision at 165. Then a rematch of Windsor's teammate Braden Peterson and Caden Anderson of West Salem Bangor. Peterson won in the first meeting, but Anderson was on his A game today as he gets the pin for the Catbirds. The ladies in action as well in the South Hall. Lacrosse's Rachel Hang has her opponent's shoulders on the ground and eventually gets granted the fall. And Holman doing well in the girls' side also. Peyton Cratcheville gets the near fall, and those 4 points would be important as she would go on to win by decision 12-7. And her teammate, Avalie Euler, picks up a win as well, flipping over her opponent and eventually getting the pin. So session 1 has concluded. Session 2 begins around 7:15, and that includes wrestlebacks and quarterfinals. For a full list of results from the first day, check out the story on our website. Some holiday hoops going on as well. Central hosting Sauk Prairie. Second half action. It's Alana Simpson showing off the strength in the paint, and she's going to use the backboard to get the shot to go. And then a couple possessions later, Ellie Gillitzer gets it and goes to the baseline with it, gets the push shot to fall. Riverhawks go up by 16. And then Gillitzer is going to kick it out to Emma Turley and the freshman will knock it down from the mid-range. Central walks out with a 13-point win, and some history made in this one as well. Junior Alana Simpson scoring her 1,000th point in the game. So a lot to celebrate today for Central. That'll do it for sports. Greg's got one final look at your forecast after the break.
Happy holidays and the best to you this season from all of us at News 8 Now.
Hey, want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Guys, what are the chances you can fix this?
It shouldn't be too difficult.
So like 1 in 100?
Fellas, I can fix this.
Like 1 in 1,000,000?
I can do it.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yes.
G and T, yeah, 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 yeah.
It's the Get Holiday Ready sales event. Time for exclusive offers on your favorite Ford trucks, including F-150, part of the best-selling trucks in America for 47 years, Ford F-Series. Get holiday ready with all-weather features that make life easier, like heated seating, a heated steering wheel, and remote start. Great deals on your favorite Ford trucks. That's how you get holiday ready. Now, during the final days, get up to $88.45 in total savings or lease F-150 for just $399 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Hey, Dominic here with a quick marinade using our Steak and Game Pleasing. Mix 1/3 cup of oil with 1 tablespoon of Steak and Game Pleasing. Brush on your beef or venison and let it sit for 10 minutes. Cook until done. For a delicious dip, mix 8 ounces of cream cheese, a 1/4 cup of milk, 2 tablespoons of diced green onions, and a tablespoon of Steak and Game Pleasing. Get Steak and Game Pleasing and over 40 other blends at the Pleasing Outlet Store on Ward Avenue, La Crosse. It's a game changer.
Okay, let's see. Headlines from News 8 Now? Check. Live updates all day? Check. Local breaking news? Yep. Weather every 10 minutes? Yes, please. Well, that was an easy choice. News 8 Plus. It puts the now in your day. Get it today.
All right, it's going to be a wet night. Don't forget the fog potential out there because visibilities could be 0 at times if you're out and driving. Otherwise, the rain does come to an end tomorrow morning. Some areas north of I-94 could see a little bit of snow mix in towards Saturday morning. Not expecting much accumulation. The good news is dry for Saturday afternoon and dry for Sunday, and the temperatures remain mild in the 40s. We should be in the mid-20s. Looks like we'll eventually get that after the new year, minus that small snow chance on Tuesday. Just pay attention. You got plans next weekend. Maybe some accumulating snow could return, but our temperatures are going to go back to where they should be. So if you like the mild conditions, enjoy it because it's not going to last.
Good opportunity to take the holiday lights down this weekend after the rain because it gets a lot
true.
colder from here. Well, thank you, Greg. And thank you for joining us at 6. We'll see you tonight at 10.